Hi everyone! Welcome back to Lost on the Couch. I'm David.
I'm Audrey.
I'm Zola.
Hassan.
And we are here today to talk about Season 2. We're also going to watch Season 3, so stick around, we'll see that. But first we're going to talk about Season 2. It's been a couple weeks since we finished Season 2, and by a couple weeks, I don't know, how many weeks has it been?
Like 3? Well,
3? I think 3.
I think 3.
Like
Let's
3.
go with.
So what I want to do is I want to run down kind of what happened, a summary of Season 2, and then I want to hear your thoughts specifically on Season 2. So as I run through these very quickly, if one of them kind of is like, oh, I forgot about that, you should say, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Or something that's kind of like, oh yeah, that happened in Season 2, for example. All right, shall we do it? Here is the plot of Season 2. We were introduced right away to what was in the hatch. You remember, we learned about the Dharma Initiative right away.
Feels so
End of Season 2?
ago.
No, the beginning of Season 2.
I see.
When they opened the hatch.
They first went down the hatch, yes, and they found Dharma Initiative. We meet Desmond for the first time. We learn about the Hanzo Foundation, which was something that funded the Dharma Initiative. They made that little video. Remember, we watched the orientation video. We learned about all the experiments they were doing on the island, etc. Jack and Locke came to a head. They were arguing about whether or not to press the button very early on. And you guys were very much Team Jack. We shouldn't push the button, which...
just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Because we weren't on the island.
But you didn't like how Locke was kind of forcing his beliefs, quote unquote, on Jack. Also, Shannon saw Walt appearing all the time.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up getting
Shot.
killed. By who?
Ana
Lucia.
Ana Lucia,
Who
yes.
also got her
Shot in the same way.
revenge. Yeah.
She did. Oh
Karma,
my gosh.
man.
Walt's dad shot her. That's exactly right. And then we also got the guys on the raft. The Three Musketeers, as Zola said. The Three Musketeers, who were they?
Oh, yeah.
Jin, Sawyer, and Michael.
Jin, Sawyer, and Michael were left. And when they landed, they thought they were being captured by the others, but who were they being captured by?
The Tailies.
The Tailies. We had a great flashback episode. The entire episode was all about the tail section. We learned about Goodwin. Remember, he was the other man on their side?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we also learned what Kate did. We finally learned this season what Kate did. What did she do? What was her crime?
Oh,
She
killed
got
Dad.
her childhood friend murdered, and she killed her dad. Yeah.
The original
killed her
crime, yes, was that she killed her dad.
Oh, yeah.
Blew him up in that house, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We also saw the monster in its full form one episode. We saw a smoke monster, and the camera panned through. What did we see when the camera panned through? It was staring Echo down.
Oh,
remember?
it was Echo's memories, right?
It was
Flashback.
flashes of his memories, and Charlie was up in a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie!
That's where I would have been.
So that was kind of cool. What was Echo's story? We actually had a couple flashback episodes of Echo's story.
Yes, he was like, he saved his brother from being forced to kill someone. And then he was forced to become like a drug trafficker.
Yep. And what was what was the relation to the plane?
Well, he was pretending to be a priest to try to traffic heroin out of Nigeria into where? Somewhere else.
I think somewhere else, yeah.
And
His brother ended up getting on the plane.
Yeah, because they shot his brother. And then the guy like kicked him off the plane.
Yep.
And it crashed on this island.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother was on that plane,
Mm-hmm.
which you said. His brother's name, do you remember?
No.
Yemi.
Yummy.
All right, we also, Michael kind of went AWOL and took some guns and went to try to find Walt.
Yep.
And in the process, these guys were in this scene that's paused right here. They finally met another face-to-face. Sawyer called him Zeke. And what did Zeke say to them?
You'll never find us. Or Walt or Michael will never find us.
Yes, but he also...
And don't cross the line.
Don't cross the line. He said, this is our island. The only reason we're letting you live on it, or the only reason you're living on it is because we're letting you live here. Yeah, and that was kind of interesting. And they took the guns.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, also, Claire found the medical station. It was called the Staff. It was one of the Dharma stations. And we learned all about what happened when she was kidnapped.
And we saw Alex.
And we saw Alex.
Multiple times now.
Multiple times, yes. She seems to be kind of good because she helped Claire escape.
Yeah.
Right? All right. And then also, Henry Gale was captured. Saeed
He was the
tortures
leader
him.
of the others.
He
And
ends up the
Saeed
lead.
had the right idea all along.
He
from
did.
The start.
And in that same episode, we saw for the first time the hieroglyphics come on those the countdown timer because it almost went to zero. It did go. It went past zero, but then he was able to still press it in. And then there was a lockdown in the hatch, and remember Henry Gale was kind of helping Locke a little bit because his legs, it crushed his legs. And what did Locke see?
a map
A map.
of the island
Mm-hmm.
and
the stations.
Dharma initiatives.
Yes, yes. We learn more about that map later in the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Sun got pregnant, and Jin was sterile before arriving on the island.
Yeah,
That's
which is-
interesting.
Oh, right. Everyone seems to be healed by this island.
Yes.
If she's telling the truth.
If she's telling the truth, that's the question.
Mhm.
When Michael comes back, the tragic scene, he shoots Anna Lucia and Libby
Mhm.
to let Henry go because he
Libby.
wants his son back.
I still am frustrated that we know nothing about Libby's history, but she's dead.
Yes.
So
And the
that,
fact that she gave Desmond the boat.
She gave Desmond the boat. It was her boat named after
Yeah.
her. Good memory, good memory. We're going to talk about that in a second. Rose and Bernard's story. We finally got a flashback of Rose and Bernard this season, which was cool.
oh yeah, they met so late in life.
They
So
met,
cute.
yeah. And she was also healed, talking about some weird energy. Maybe this wasn't the place for her.
And they
But-
said they would never leave the island.
And Bernard finally agreed, we will never leave the island. So, and then John and Echo followed dreams of Echo's brother to find the Pearl Station. What was the Pearl Station? Do you remember?
Kind of like watching and recording stuff happening.
Yes, it was like an
Mhm.
observational station.
yeah, but then who
Um,
was it that said? Was it Echo who was like? But maybe that was actually the test
It was
station.
Desmond when he was freaking out in the
Desmond.
season finale.
Oh,
He was like, "Oh, maybe you've got
I
it
forgot about the
backwards."
whole finale.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the finale in a second.
And then they found all those notebooks later.
And they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They didn't go to the headquarters.
Yeah.
So it was basically a
Just a
psychological
field.
experiment for these people, just like watching these other stations.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So Desmond shows back up in the finale in a boat. He's got a boat. And he works with John to see what happens if the button is not pushed. In Desmond's past, we learn about how did he get to the island?
He was gonna
He
track the
volunteered.
boat around the world in a race, and then he crashed on the
He
island.
crashed.
Yeah,
He didn't
because
volunteer.
of his
He was in the
future
race.
or his father-in-law or something to
Yeah.
prove to him.
It was his almost father-in-law.
Future father-in-law.
Yeah, potential
Okay.
future father-in-law, Charles Widmore. And his girlfriend's name was...
Jennifer?
What did he say as he turned that key?
Jenny?
I
Jenny.
love you.
Jenny, right?
No, it's close.
Penny?
Penny!
Penny.
Yes. Penelope Widmore is her name. Yes, okay.
Oh, but then the guys in the boat would tracked the thing, and then she called and she was saying, "You can find anyone with an amount of money."
With enough money and determination, you can find anyone. And we
Ah.
finally saw that she has been looking for Desmond. She has, well, I don't know about for Desmond, but it seems like it because she's got that.
Yes.
And the reason why, how did she pick up this signal?
The magnetic, wave.
Because Desmond did what?
He turned the key.
He turned this key, and we don't really know what happened, except
That's true.
we know that there was a loud noise, and there was the sky kind of turned purple, right? Remember
Yeah.
this? They were on the dock.
But then Charlie came out and it was like
Charlie
really
was kind of
weird.
okay. He was acting weird, but we didn't see Locke. Echo was down there, and Desmond had turned the key, so we didn't see anything about them.
Yeah, Echo was hurt from the explosion he made to try and open the door.
That's true. Yes, good memory. Good memory. And then the biggest reveal to me that my favorite reveal of season 2 finale is that we learn why the plane crashed to begin with.
Oh, yeah, because the magnets attracted the plane.
Yeah, because Desmond
Yes.
was like, every time that we failed, someone has crashed here, right? Like, failed to put in the numbers.
Well, he didn't say someone has crashed here every time because
But, he was like, I caused your plane to crash.
he realized that the one time he came back, remember Kelvin was the guy he was working with. You guys were
and
talking
he
about his
killed
name.
him.
He accidentally killed him, took the key, ran back, and when he ran back, everything, the magnet was charged up. The magnet was supercharged. Everything was shaking. He pressed execute, and then when he was with Locke, he was reading the log that was from the Pearl Station.
And he was like, what day did you crash?
And he was like,
the
wait a
same
second,
day.
that's the same day that I forgot to press this button. So that was pretty cool. I love learning that.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and then those Portuguese guys at the end, they picked up that signal called Penny, and we finally learned that we finally saw the outside world for the first time, basically.
Yes.
In
Which was cool.
Antarctica.
In some Arctic station.
Yeah.
Gas station, yes.
Yeah. So with that in mind, that's the recap of season 2. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions about season 2. First question: season 1 or season 2? What did you like better?
Season 1.
Season 1. Okay. Any reason why? Or Audrey, you go
I
first.
don't know. I didn't. That was so quick. I'm just surprised.
I don't know.
Season 2 was a lot of information and
Yes.
twists, but it was not as conclusive as the season finale of season 1 and the build up.
But the season as a whole, you still like the first one?
Yeah, just because of the way it built up and ended. It was
Gotcha.
What?
That is true.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
I kind of liked how much information was in the second one.
It was
There's
a lot
of stuff going on.
It's a lot of info, and it does provide a lot of questions, way more questions than the first season did. And we are going to, for those watching, which is everybody, we are going to do the Lost experience coming up here soon. We're not going to do it today, but we are going
What
to.
is the Lost experience?
It's the little thing that was between season 2 and season 3 that kind of filled in a lot of answers. Some cool stuff about the Dharma Initiative. Some things that basically didn't have time to get covered in this show, but are still kind of like a fun
That's cool.
little side adventure that has to do with the story a lot, though, still. Anyways. So we'll do that later. Okay, so you said season 2, or you think
Yeah,
season 2
I think
overall?
so. I just
Okay.
like how much is going on.
There's a lot.
It's
Okay.
a lot to think about.
Best and worst parts of the season. Can you think about your favorite moment of season 2?
Yes.
I think Hassan already has one. Go ahead.
My
Hassan.
favorite moment?
Yeah, like a favorite. What was the best part of season 2?
When they didn't press the button.
When they didn't press the button in the
Yeah.
finale?
First time or
Yeah.
the second time? Oh.
The second time.
Oh, okay. I thought your answer was going to be different. Zola, go ahead.
Well, I think the worst part of the season was when they shot Anna Lucia and Libby.
I thought that was
Yeah.
what Hassan was going to say the best
And-
part. Not because of them dying.
most epic,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
most epic, yeah.
Oh.
It was the biggest twist of the season.
It was the biggest twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I think the best part was like seeing the others.
In their little huts.
Yeah,
Or on
in
the
their
dock
huts,
at the end?
and like
The
them,
camp or
yeah,
whatever by
and
the
them
beach.
like grabbing everyone and like figuring stuff out. I think the worst part is also that part though, because I have no idea what's happening or like why they have a list of names and why they pick these people and like why they let Hurley leave. I don't know. It's just a lot.
Yeah. I think my favorite part was the interrogation of Henry Gale.
Oh,
And that led to them seeing the hieroglyphics. That's probably one of my favorite episodes.
the
Saeed's
math
story
is really
too.
cool.
My least favorite part of this season was definitely Charlie's arc, stealing Claire's baby, and he was kind of like, was he on drugs? Was he not on drugs? That was probably my least favorite.
Charlie's been my least favorite in this season.
Yeah.
The second
But he was a
season.
favorite in the first season.
Yeah,
We'll
he
see
was
what
just
happens.
so weird. I was like,
All right.
Very, very deranged.
like
in the
yeah,
second
like
season.
stealing the baby and hitting Son
And
and
just smiling
being
weirdly.
normal at the end and like causing that. What didn't he cause something between?
Kidnap son.
He basically caused
He
Locke
kidnapped
to like,
Son.
but he basically caused Locke to not press the button, right?
Because
Yeah.
he told Locke, he's
Echo.
like, hey,
And
Desmond's
then he went
here.
and told Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Echo came to Charlie and said, hey, how did you get the blast door of the hatch open? Echo recruited Charlie, I think, to do the dynamite.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Charlie's just
So
weird.
Charlie was like down, even though he put him up, Locke up to it all,
Yeah.
right? It's like, yeah, okay, let's go blow it up now. He's like
yeah,
a
he's
pure
like
anarchist.
he's like
Charlie said that?
just antagonizing him.
Well, he's the one who brought up the idea to Locke, and
To
then
not
Echo
press
told
it.
him, "Let's go blow up the door." Or where'd you get the dynamite? And then he found
Oh,
out why.
Charlie-
He's like
told Locke.
helping both sides basically.
Yeah,
it's like
he
he's
was-
causing chaos.
I think he's kind of feeling guilty for some of the things he's done this season, to be honest. I think he's trying to, like, not.
Well, he should.
Yeah. And he's trying to be included, I think, a little bit, maybe. I don't know. All right, speaking of characters, do you have a favorite character this season or least favorite character this season?
I do. It's
Best
Sawyer.
Your least
Least
or
or
favorite?
Favorite. this
Okay,
season,
good
yeah.
choice,
So-
good choice. Zola, favorite character?
My favorite character would have to be between Sun and Saeed again.
Okay, all right.
And my least favorite was definitely Charlie.
All right, this season Charlie is on the bottom. All right, Audrey, you're up.
Yeah, I would say Charlie's the least favorite right now.
Okay.
But favorite, either Saeed or Libby. Libby just intrigues me as a character.
Okay.
I just want to know more about her story.
I wonder why she was in that hospital though.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? Like
And
the
then
way
we
they
saw
had
her later.
seen
Every time we've seen the hospital flashback, then the flashback to her giving the boat away, and then her currently, she had 3 different hair colors.
Oh.
Right? Wasn't
Yeah,
it
she
brunette,
did.
red, and then now she was blonde.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even
I
notice
think
that.
on Island it's all been the same.
On the island, I'm saying the flashbacks.
Yeah.
So the hospital, she was brunette. Then when she
Oh,
gave
you're
the
right.
boat away,
Oh,
she
you're
was a
right.
redhead, and now
You're
she's
right.
blonde.
Never noticed that.
And just
That's
like she
interesting.
just keeps getting more like suspicious to me. I
Yeah.
think she's interesting.
She is interesting.
But she's dead now, so.
Or
is she?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
zombies. Season 3 is the zombie
The
season.
Magnetic just woke up all the dead people on the island.
Ooh, that's an
Come
interesting
out.
theory.
Henry, the
That's
real
what all
Henry
the
Gale
others
comes
are.
out.
The real Henry Gale.
The
Why'd
real
you take my
Henry Gale.
name?
Yeah, he's like, give me my name back. Sharon.
Hassan, you didn't give your least favorite
I
character.
did.
No,
you
your
did.
favorite was Sawyer.
Oh, my least favorite was probably Locke.
Really?
I
This
can see
season,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Or
dude,
Charlie.
he's
Charlie
so-
or Locke, it's a tie.
To me, Locke is so interesting. Like, he's such
Really?
an interesting
Yeah,
character.
this season I wasn't a fan of Locke either.
Whose character development have you liked the most? There's a lot of changes in these characters going on. Some not so much, some more than others.
Oh, I have one.
Go ahead.
Sawyer's.
Sawyer's, that's a good
that makes
choice.
sense.
It's getting better, all right?
For me, Jin.
Yes.
I really like Jin's
Yeah.
character
Yes.
development this season.
Yes.
I was gonna say like Jin and Sun as a couple, like just
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
Or-
But Jin, like Sun last season was still like seemed good, but Jin last season we thought like, you know, he kind of, you know?
Yeah.
And then
issues.
this season, like, he just, like, his character developed so much. Like, I really liked his character.
Yeah, I feel like Hurley was interesting to watch this season too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind of
Because-
grew up a little. Or not grew
Yeah.
up, but like...
But like he was trying to like change for the better,
Yep.
and then he was like, did we have a flashback episode again of him? Yeah, we
had
did,
two.
because
Yeah.
the one where
You had the food
and I thought
one?
it was interesting with like his friend
Dave.
that wasn't there.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. And then with Libby, like all of that was just like really interesting. And then like him fighting Sawyer, like, like all I don't
In
know.
the
Oh, yeah.
tent. That was great.
Yeah,
That was a great
He
moment.
beat up Sawyer.
good.
Yeah.
TBH.
He needed it.
Yep.
Sawyer's a bully who needs to be a little bullied to stop being a bully. I'm not a supporter of bullying, but when you're an adult and you bully, I maybe maybe you need a little bullying
Right,
back.
right. Toughen you up. Cool. And like you said, there's a lot more questions at the end of season 2 than there were
Yes.
season 1. What are some lingering questions that are just like, I guess, most pressing in your mind?
What is Libby?
What is Libby?
What is Henry Gale other version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean other
Like,
version?
what is he? What are they? What like the others? I'm
The
just still
others.
very
That's a
intrigued.
big lingering question. Yeah.
Will Michael and Walt be able to leave?
Yeah, that's what I was
Michael
thinking.
and
Are they
Walt.
gonna come
Oh,
back?
they got
Are
a
they?
ship.
That's what I was about to say. Are they gonna come back?
Yes.
Also, they left Vincent, so they
Yep.
have to come back.
Poor Vincent.
What happened to Desmond? And
John.
is Penny gonna find him?
Mm-hmm.
And what are they gonna do with Jack and Kate and?
What,
What
are the
the-
others going to
Yeah.
do with
Yeah.
them?
And what's up with Charlie?
Oh yeah,
He's
they
just
were
Charlie
in
was
custody.
too normal at the end.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
We ended, yeah.
And what's Hurley gonna do? Because they sent him back to tell everyone not
Not-
to come there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if Hurley, like, oh yeah, what about Saeed? Because he
Yeah.
was with. Wait, who did he go with?
Did Saeed get?
His
Oh,
son.
Jin and Son.
Just Son and Jin, yeah.
Oh yeah,
What
they
are
had
they
a
gonna do?
plan.
Yeah.
That's right. There was a plan.
But they weren't in the right place.
Yeah.
No.
Because Michael took them to a different place.
Yeah, and then Saeed went and found there was like the teepees and there was the hatch
And it was
door.
all fake.
And it was all fake.
Oh.
This whole thing is just a show within a show. They're just.
Who
The
knows?
Truman Show.
It's the, what were you talking about? At dinner? The show
The
that was
Even
like,
Stevens show.
Even
If you remember-
Stevens
the Even Stevens
show.
movie. The
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
They're
it could
filming
be.
a show.
It could be. So then that leads me to this. What are your hopes and predictions for the future of the show in general? Not even this season, but like what
I
hopes-
want to see Jin and Son's baby.
Jin and Son's baby, all right.
I want to see what they're gonna be like as parents. I
What
wanna
are they going to be
Their
like?
reactions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be so cute.
Okay.
I want to see what happens with Alex and
Oh,
Russo.
Oh, yeah, good.
And I want to like I wonder if Aaron grows up in this show. Like I don't know how far in the future we're gonna go, but I just wonder.
Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Okay. Hassan?
I want to see the black monster thing, the smoke.
We haven't seen
Oh,
that
yeah.
monster in a while.
What
No.
is it?
We also
Yeah.
haven't seen any like random animals in a while.
Yeah, there's no polar bears. I
Well, there
want an
was a bird
explanation
that-
for polar bears.
The
and
bird
smoke.
that said Hurley.
There was a Hurley Bird. By the
The
way, a
Hurley
new
Bird.
patron subscriber named Hurley Bird. Shout out. He says hi. to
That's
everybody.
so
He says
funny.
hi to
I
everybody.
love that name. Hurley Bird.
He says hi. Say hi
I
back.
love
Hi,
it.
Hurley
Hi.
Bird.
Hi, early bird.
Thanks for watching and supporting us. Yeah. Okay. And then I would say my hope and prediction for the show at this point is I want to know more about Penny and this whole
Yeah,
like what's
same.
going on like in the outside world kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because didn't you say that was like the first time we've seen something current event?
In the main real world, it is. It is. That was
Because
the first
everything
time.
else has been flashback.
It's true.
Oh.
We haven't seen anything in modern time off island
Until that point.
until the very end of season 2.
Everything else off the island has been a flashback.
That's what I'm hoping for. So I think we've recapped a lot. Any other thoughts about season 2?
Nope.
About season 2?
Yeah. Anything else that we didn't cover?
I was just wondering, will we ever find out like the world's reaction to their plane missing?
That's a great,
Yeah.
great hope and
I
prediction.
also wonder if the magnet thing, how they think that like it caused the plane to crash. I wonder if there's gonna be like more people on the island again.
Not just them, and they just
Yeah,
run
like-
into
Because
other
of what just
groups.
Because
happened?
of what just happened,
Yeah.
it happened again. I wonder if someone else will end up on the island.
If it will pull some other plane down.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
thinking about that as well. Like if someone else also crashes.
Or if what Desmond did just like changed everything. I don't know, because that's the first time that's ever happened, ever.
That's
Yeah.
true. That key has never been turned. That's for sure. Awesome. Okay. Well, part of this recap, I do want to make a case for Jack, or not for Jack, for Locke, because Locke is one of my favorite characters, and I know these guys are kind of mixed. But I do want to make a case for the Locke and Jack dynamic real quick, if that's okay with you guys. My
The faith
opinion.
in science.
Faith and science. So to me, the way I read these characters is, yes, man of faith, man of science. We talked about that a lot. To me, Locke is following, quote unquote, the island.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's been having dreams. He can walk again. He's been healed just like Rose.
Yeah.
And Jin has supposedly. So he's kind of taking all of this as like, okay, this is like, these things are happening for a reason. Like, these are not just random events. We're not being healed. We're not being guided to hatches with dreams of people's brothers for nothing. Like, he's saying this is happening for real. And I think Jack is seeing all these things too. He obviously saw a monster made of smoke. Desmond, someone he knew in his past, is in the hatch.
Mm-hmm.
And Sawyer met his father. He's seeing all of these same weird
And
things happening.
saw his dad on the island.
He saw his dad walking around on the island who wasn't in the coffin.
But
and
he
so-
never found out about Ana Lucia knowing his dad, right?
No,
Okay.
and she's dead.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
Dang.
so he's seeing all of these things, but he's kind of denying the fact that there could be any purpose or reason behind it.
yeah.
John is the guy who's like, no, there's a reason why we're doing experiencing all these things. And Jack's like, no. Even though I've seen the same things you have, I refuse to say that there's anything like.
He's
So-
like looking at more like a medical, like,
Right.
there has to be some logical explanation.
And in the very beginning of season 1, he told Desmond, and while he was running up the steps, he told Desmond that he doesn't believe in miracles. And yet right after that, he healed his wife miraculously. Like he said that would have to be a miracle. And so he kind of experienced that miracle, but then they got a divorce. It ended
Who did
sadly.
they kiss?
He kissed that woman,
The Italian
That he
mother.
the
Saved-
Italian daughter of the guy,
Sorry,
the dad.
daughter.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, that's my view on Jack and Locke. And so, like, I don't think Locke is trying to, like, force it necessarily on people. I think he's just
I
trying
don't think
to
so.
point it out to them, like, hey, all of these things are happening, and you can't deny some of the weird stuff that's happening.
You know what's interesting to me, though, is that if he were, like, really trying to convince people, why wouldn't he tell them that he was in a wheelchair before?
Because, well, in my opinion, that's just my opinion.
He wants people to come to the conclusion themselves.
Well, if he were to think about when Hurley told Jack about the numbers being on the hatch, what was Jack's reaction? Like, they're numbers. He didn't care that they were on the
he was
hatch.
just like, whatever,
Yeah, and so I feel like it would be the same if Locke's trying to convince Jack that I was in a wheelchair before being on this island. I think Jack would have a similar reaction, like, yeah, okay. You know, so I think, and then
That's
also
true.
I agree with you. I think John is kind of like,
Because in the
wants people
first
to
season,
kind of feel
he was like
Yes.
forcing people to like come to their own conclusions about
yes,
things.
we do have to remember what he was like in the first season. Helping Charlie, helping Shannon and Boone let go of each other, and like,
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that, on my opinion?
I just the only thought from all of that is I seriously doubt that if John told Jack that he was in a wheelchair before he crashed, that Jack would be passive about it. Considering he's a doctor, you know.
I don't think he would even believe him though.
Maybe he wouldn't believe him. Maybe. I don't know.
Or
That's
he'd
my
be
point.
like,
I don't think he
stranger
would believe
things
him.
have happened. Like, you know.
Right, he definitely wouldn't chalk it up to destiny or fate or miracle. Well, maybe miracle. Maybe he landed weird.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's do it.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Season 3, episode 1 will be up soon, so everyone say bye. We're gonna watch it right now. Bye, everyone.
Bye.